Welcome to another video, and if you're new, thank you for visiting. Today we're just going to try the Polygel system with dual forms, and I'll show you what you need. This is a poly extension gel, the nude color that I want to try. I've already put aside my dual forms, and then I took out this glitter gel. Not sure whether I'll be using it. And then you will need a slip solution. And then before we start, when we prep, we would need a hydrator. And then your primer. And then you've got your gel brush on the one end and a spatula on the other end. Then I've got these clips, although I'm not very fond of using it, and I'll explain later. I've already sized up my dual forms to make sure that it fits from side to side. And they look different from the ones that you would normally see or that people use, but I'll explain that later on. I've already prepped my nails by pushing back the cuticles and buffing a bit, and now I'm just putting on the Deydrator. If I do still have some shine on my nails, just the treatment that I've been using for the past 3 weeks. Then we're just going to add the primer. You can just use your dampen dish to pour in a bit of slip solution. Then I don't really use the spatula to take out the gel. I just scrape it into the dual form, and then I smooth it out with the slip solution, thinning out the cuticle part just by working it around and make sure that it covers the side walls and that it's not too thick at the cuticle part, and then just work it down a bit to smooth it out. And it's important to make sure that you cover the sides, and then if you need to add more, you can do so. It takes some practice to know exactly how much you'll need, but you'll be able to figure it out as you go. And when you're happy with the placement, you can just add it onto the nail by slightly pushing it down, but not too hard, else the gel will overspill on the cuticle area or on the sides. So you only use very light pressure. And this is the part where you can use the clips also to put on, but I've found that if you do, it's a bit tight, and then you get a lot of spillage on the sides and onto the cuticle area. So I just clean slightly, and once I put my finger in the lamp, I just use my other hand to press it down very lightly for a little bit to flash cure, and then I would take it out and then just clean the underside and smooth out the gel on the other side. Then I would put it back into the lamp for curing, and then I would turn my finger around and cure the underside too. I went off camera and wiggle off the dual form to see how easily it will release or come off. And to be quite honest, it wasn't that easy. but the outcome doesn't look too bad. And because I wasn't sure whether these are dual forms when I bought it, I had to test it first to see if it would come off, because they would look like a normal nail tip, although they're a bit thicker and a bit hard. And now that it worked out for the thumb, I'm just going to carry on doing the rest of the nails. Just smoothing out the polygel underneath and make sure that the side walls are covered, because if they come out too thin it might cause breakage. The one thing that I really don't like is the stickiness. But once you take it out the lamp, you just take off the stickiness, especially on the underside. You can use your swipe or alcohol just to clean off the stickiness. And I must admit, I like the form or the size of it. It's not as wide as the actual dual forms that you would use or most people use. And once you're done with the set of dual forms, after you've used it, you can just clean it and then reuse again at a later stage. I just flash cure for a little bit by holding down the dual form for a bit, then take it out and then clean the other underside, and then I put it back to cure both sides again. And once I'm done with the whole hand, I just put the whole hand into my other lamp just to cure again. And then after you're done curing, you just pop off the dual forms. and it's quite satisfying to see the outcome. And now I'm just looking at all the flaws. That will give you an indication of how much filing you will need to do. So we can get onto the filing and shaping. If you're not happy with the outcome on the side walls and it's too thin, you might add some more polygel at the top with some slip solution, but that would defeat the purpose of the system. Then I'm just going to share with you the comparison of the dual forms, because when I bought these I wasn't sure whether it was just nail tips or dual forms. And this is a set of dual forms that most people would normally use. I have tried the system or used the system once before, quite a while back, and that was the outcome when I used it. You can see the curve and the bend on it, and it's very wide. But this is the dual form that most people would use. And this is the one that I've been using now, which I like a lot more. It's a lot more straight without the heavy curve in the front. And it's not as wide as the actual dual forms that we would use. And this, I'm just showing you the comparison on what they look like. So I much rather prefer the ones that I've been using now. I went ahead and cut the tips and I filed them off camera. And now I'm just using my drill, trying to clean off the sides. I'm still very wary of using the drill because I've learned my lesson, so I'm still practicing. But I've set it on a very low speed. And to make extra sure that I don't catch my cuticles. The speed that I'm working on is very low, that if I press too hard, that the drill will come to a standstill. And I'm just very cautious in using it, but it's much easier to try and get rid of the excess gel, especially at the cuticle area. So I'm just ever so slightly cleaning the cuticle areas and the side walls. Just to smooth it out nicely. If you don't have a drill, you can just use your hand file. But it's very convenient to use the drill, because with a hand file you might catch your cuticle area if it's very sharp. And to get rid of the excess underneath the nail is not so easy with a hand file. So you will definitely need a hand drill just to clean the underside, because parts of the undernail might be very thick and it would be hard to get in there with a nail file. So you can see how cautious I am. Because you also need to prevent not to thin out your side walls too much, because that might also cause breakage. So I'm just finishing off the filing by straightening the sides and the tip, and then I also buff on top of the nail. For me, this is the best part, where you just get rid of the dust and the stickiness that might still be there. and it's satisfying to see the outcome. And you can check whether you're happy with the side walls and whether the cuticle areas are clean, and by checking the underside. I feel happy with the outcome, seeing that it's only my second time using the system. And once I was happy with the outcome, I just slightly buffed the top just to smooth it out and get rid of all the reaches that might still be there. I really like the color and I like the outcome. Very different from what I normally do on my channel with all the different and bright colors that I use. So this is the part where you can decide how to decorate. So I decided to choose a foil. These are just small pieces of foil that I keep in this holder. The foil I've ordered off Shein a while back. I haven't used it yet. So I've decided to use this piece. I think it will look very nice. This is my go-to nail glue that I normally use. It's got a milky white consistency that you just put a thin layer onto the nail and you let it air dry till it's clear. And now that it's dry, you can see that it's clear and we're ready to put on our foil. I like to use the cuticle pusher just to wrap on the image. You can also use a silicone tool or take a dry wipe just to make sure to smooth out all the wrinkles. Out of anything in my collection currently, I love my foils the most, and especially anything floral. If you haven't mastered using foils yet, do yourself a favor and practice, because the possibilities are endless. I'm just going to finish off by adding a no wipe top coat and cure that for 60 seconds. I'm currently running out of top coat. Now I've just ordered some for this week for delivery. So I'm just going to try and use what I've got here and see if I can cover all of it. I was a bit nervous in thinking of doing this video because I knew it will give me a lot of exposure. But let me know what you think and if this was helpful. If you're still watching, I would like to try and encourage you to try the system by using dual forms. I mean, I'm no professional, I'm just a DIYer. And I'll be honest if I say this would be a nice nail system to use. Very convenient. Might be a little bit time consuming. And you might still need a lot of practice still, like I do. But so far I'm happy with the outcome. I've now cured it for 60 seconds, and then I think the best part is to do the treatment by putting on some nice cuticle oil just to nurture your nails. And it's the best feeling when you're done. And if you have watched up to now, I would just like to thank you. And you need to know that I really appreciate you and I appreciate your support. I'm just showing you the color that I've used. I will leave it in the description box if you're interested. I'm happy with the outcome, and I will see how long they last. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all your support. Till next time. Bye bye.